So JD was spectacular last night. And let me tell you what I think his greatest accomplishment was. Donald Trump still has a fair amount of people that would self-identify as Republicans. They do not like Kamala Harris. They do not like Democrats. But they still are, let's just say, recalcitrant. Is that a good word to use?
That's a good word.
To vote for Trump. And they need that, hey, come on home. Come on home, guys.
It's all in good hands.
It's all in good hands. Let's come on home. And because of that, J.D. Vance needs to talk to the center-right person who would, in a heartbeat, vote for a Romney, heartbeat would vote for a Paul Ryan, would vote for that kind of a candidate. But Trump, either from personality or tone, or they're just very persuaded by mass media and television advertisements, they're like, man, I'm not there yet. That polling shows that's not an insignificant portion of the electorate, right, Blake?
There's just a lot of people like that, and they've been around a long time, and you know they don't change their habits, unfortunately, but they're certainly a lot better than the people we're running against. So.
And these are people that want to see a more civil tone. They want to see a kind of a get along type vibe.
I agree with them for the most part. I think civil politics are good. I understand why they dislike that about Trump. I think Trump was sort of necessary as like a blunt object because being really polite is not getting the point across of what's going on in this country. But I understand, in the abstract, yes, it is better to have civil political tone.
Well, and especially you have both now.
Yeah.
So the point is that Trump is still Trump, and now you have this extra wrinkle and layer that gives people that say, man, I'm just not there yet on Trump, a justification to then vote for J.D. Vance. And these people are not libs. Last night was not about winning over liberals. It was about winning over center-right independents and registered Republicans. Now, remember this, everybody. If you are watching a VP debate, you are a high-propensity voter, okay? Last night was not somebody that's like very few people are like first-time voters that are like watching this and trying to make up their mind. These are people that do vote. They plan to vote. They tend to be higher income, more stable communities, and they tend to be just like regular TV watchers. You know the type. Suburban America. This is not your type of guy that is working a 7 to 7 police gig, coming home, and would usually watch Thursday Night Football, and he's like, I'm going to go watch the VP debate for 30 minutes. Unlikely, that kind of profile. The muscular class was not well represented in the VP viewing debate. Who was higher income earner laptop class, people that work on their laptops like us, right? People that went to Dartmouth like Blake.
People who unhealthily committed to following U.S. politics.
Correct, but that's still a micro community, especially in states like Arizona. A lot of voters like that. Very college educated, very high IQ, and they want to see that kind of nuance. I want to go to what I believe was J.D. Vance's best moment. J.D. Vance was confident enough and stoic enough to be able to politely and precisely and powerfully stand up for himself against the three women. It was the two moderators and Tim Walz, and be able to correct the record on the CBP1 app. And I hope you all understand this, is that border crossings are not the only way that they are now transporting illegals into the country. They are flying in foreigners via an Expedia Travelocity type app where you can now go to an application if you are a foreigner and a Haitian and get your entrance into the country approved expediently, very, very quickly. There literally is an app for that. The way J.D. Vance did not give up, did not give in, leaned in. This was, I think, his best moment of a spectacular night on an issue that we win on. The moderators are a bunch of buffoons. They should be ashamed of themselves. Play cut 96.
Margaret,
but
thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important because
we're going to turn out of the economy. Thank you,
Margaret. The rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on. So there's an application called the CBP1 app where you can go on as an illegal migrant, apply for asylum or apply for parole, and be granted legal status at the wave of a Kamala Harris open border wand. That is not a person coming in, applying for a green card and waiting for 10 years. That is the facilitation of illegal immigration, Margaret, by our own
Thank you, Senator, for describing the legal process. We have so much to get to, Senator. We have so
The CBS's response was so snarky and so like white lib woman. Thank you, Senator, for explaining.
We have a lot to cover tonight.
It's so toxic femininity in a perfect picture. Like, you're talking too long, excuse me. And JD Vance being the alpha, like, no, I'm going to explain this. I'm running for the vice presidency. Sit down. I thought it was done so well.